Hi everyone, my name is Chandler Colton and this is my presentation 3 for my independent project on the rule of thirds. So to start where we left off in presentation 2, the examples I've shown throughout packaging have proved my hypothesis, showing that the rule of thirds is used in packaging all over the world. Everywhere from the US to China to Indonesia to Germany to Brazil and in between, this technique has lasted and is proved successful. Some more history about the rule of thirds is that it ties back in history with the golden ratio and the Fibonacci sequence, which are also designs found in nature and are used in product development today. The golden ratio relates to the Fibonacci sequence, which is 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, etc. And this sequence is that the next number is the addition of the two numbers before it. So if you take any of these numbers, within it is 0.6, and this has been shown in the Greek ancient buildings and throughout history and in nature and conch shell, all sorts of different things. So the rule of thirds is that the design should be 1/3 against 2/3 on placement of images. So if you place the image below on the right, the bottom right, and which illustrates the Fibonacci sequence over the gridded lines, which is the image on the left, it pretty much lines up. An article states that to be utterly technical, the spiral doesn't exactly line up to the rule of thirds, but it is the easiest way to apply it to art. So these rules are closely related to what is seen in nature, proving that images placed in 1/3 of the PDP or the paper are generally more appealing than being randomly placed or centered. Some other interesting facts about the rule of thirds is that it is one of the most popular rules in composition of photographs, painting, and design. And as with most rules, the rule of thirds does not apply to everything and sometimes should be broken. It is made to add more interest to a painting, photograph, or package design when needed. As stated in the previous slide, the rule of thirds is known as the lazy golden ratio. I've seen this remark throughout my research, and there's speculation that this is in fact not true, and we may never know. But it's stated as a lazy golden ratio, saying that you can put the golden ratio or the Fibonacci sequence over the grid lines and it should line up. Here are just some more images, some photographs using the rule of thirds. Some of them have their grid lines and one of them doesn't, but as you can see, the daisy's off center, and it makes the image more appealing. And same with the hawk, it's not centered and it shows the horizon in the background, and the tulips are lined up with the two grid lines, and the tree is off center. It just makes the photographs more interesting and appealing. So some final conclusions. After extensive research of packaging all over the world, my hypothesis was proved correct. The rule of thirds has withstood time and is still used in packaging and images all over the world. All of my examples prove this and show that not only is this technique used in countries across both hemispheres, but there is also not a specific category of packaging in which this is used. So it's not focused on cereals or breakfast foods or even certain types of boxes. It's used in all different types of packaging and paperboard and plastics and thermoformed packages and frozen foods and refrigerated foods and snack foods. It's just used all over everything, and all different brands and types of products still use this design theory. So a final summary is the rule of thirds is a design technique used in packaging today as well as photography and art. This technique derives from the Fibonacci sequence and dates back to ancient times. And though not all packaging and design uses this rule, it is still very common today. Thank you so much for listening.